You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
We're live.
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour, whiskey, cigars, spirits, and the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am Matt Fox.
We are at Ambassador Cigar, one of our favorite haunts.
Yes, so Ambassador Cigar is in Troy, Michigan.
Yes.
And we happen to not live too far away from.
It's awfully nice and
Cigar.
close.
It's very convenient.
Very convenient.
And they allow us to come in here and kind of share what we do, the Man Cave Happy Hour, with them. And they come and sit down with us every once in a while, and they make suggestions at the same time as well.
Yeah, and we make jokes like we're uninvited, unannounced.
It's starting to be, hey, you
unrequited. But today, it's they got an event going on. It's the Smoke Show 2019. It's kind of like a customer appreciation thing. It's the first one they've done. They've been open for like 3 years, but this is the first Smoke Show they've done here in between Christmas and New Year's. 2019 is where this one falls. Depends on when you're listening to it, but that's where in reality it happened. So over in the Metro Detroit area, Ambassador Cigar, follow them on the FaceSpace because they always post cool stuff on the socials.
They really do.
The cool events. And the idea with the Smoke Show, right, so smoke, cigars, smoke. But Sean started smoking meats, and he had like 3 different kind of meats that he smoked, and he set out this beautiful barbecue buffet.
Yes.
And it's just fantastic because the weather's been pretty mild this winter, so he was out there smoking the meats. And it went really, really nicely with these cigars and the Guinness that I've been drinking up till now. So it was fun.
I thought I was full from, the holiday. We still have another holiday to go.
Yeah.
I'm still full, and now I'm even more full. So
I know. I wasn't sure I was coming. And he's like, you guys should come. You should come. And I'm like, all right. And then he started sending me pictures of the meat in instant message. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go. All right.
Then you started sending me those pictures.
You
as
got my
well,
forward them to
and
you.
I'm like,
All right,
fair,
we gotta go.
Game on. Let's go.
We got the meats. So we came to enjoy the meats, and we did a cigar. We just they're counting down the top cigars voted by their top 10. If you want to know what those were in the previous episode, they had those listed in our show notes, and we ran down the top 6. Before we, because I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way to number 1 or not.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It depends on what's in the glass for just a taste here. Because we're doing just a taste. We're pulling something off the shelf that Matthew hasn't had before.
I have not had this before.
Giving it a taste and giving it a rundown. But talking about running, Matt, do you ever run liquors?
If I say yes, am I going to get arrested?
Because we did. August was tuned in with us, and we did the Man Cave from the
Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah. And we had Conrad's Box O Fun, his trunk of whiskey, and he shared a bunch of stuff with us, and that was a fun episode.
Yeah.
With Gnip and August and Conrad.
Yeah.
At the Whiskey in the Jar.
It really was. That was a lot of fun.
How much liquor can you have in your car until you're breaking a felony?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
That is a good question.
Let's see. Conrad, he's sitting around. I don't know. I don't want to say a number, but I'd say more than 50 bottles. You're probably breaking the law.
All right. Well, so there's a guy got pulled over, and the police decided that yes, he did have too much in his car. He was pulled over and had over $36,000 worth of alcohol.
God, are you kidding?
In his Suburban. He was arrested. Yes.
What, you think?
Alcohol is legal in Massachusetts. This happened in Massachusetts.
All right.
But there's limits to everything. Apparently, this comes from Boston.com, and the byline on John Waller wrote this story from Boston.com. Sean, did you hear about the guy in Massachusetts got pulled over and he had $36,000 worth of booze in his car? Wow. So the state police pulled him over because he was swerving and the car looked like it was weighted down. And they just didn't like the looks of it. And they thought it might be like a human trafficking thing, so they pulled him over. And it was like to the gills. Just to the gills. That's a shot of the inside of the car with all different kinds of spirits.
Well, he's definitely going to have an Irish Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they approached the vehicle. They noticed various liquor boxes stacked to the roof line. The police said it is illegal to transport more than 3 gallons of liquor
So I was way off.
in the state. So 3 gallons. 3 gallons. If you got a big enough box in your trunk, Conrad, just saying, don't drive through Massachusetts.
Every time I go to the liquor store.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, the Christmas shopping alone is going to do you in. So 3 gallons of liquor,
Jesus.
you need to have a permit. You can do it. You just got to get a permit for it.
That'd be easy for a Conrad, I think.
Yeah. Individuals violating this commonly look to purchase alcohol in states without taxes and transport them illegally across and resell them. That circumvents the state taxes. So that's what this guy was doing, trying to skim the taxes. Is that crazy?
Way to go, dude.
That is insane. So, just to give you an update, the number 5 cigar
Yes.
was the Ashton Classic,
Oh, okay.
All right.
and he just changed it to the number 4, and I cannot tell what it is.
We got to squint and see. I can't see. I'm at too much of an angle.
Give me 1 minute.
I'm at too much of an
Thanks,
angle.
Sean. Hey, I got a fun statistic for you.
All right.
So we talk a lot about bourbons and whiskeys,
Yes.
right? So in Kentucky, how many barrels do you think exist in the state of Kentucky right now?
Oh, I would say 1 for every American alive.
You ready for this?
Okay, how many?
Number of barrels.
Barrels
in Kentucky.
Oh my God! And then a barrel, you're gonna get 10 cases out of a barrel.
It's now the population of Kentucky plus 4 million.
That's what I said. All right, so like pretty much Metro Detroit.
Yeah, right.
A barrel for everybody in Metro Detroit.
Exactly.
That would-
A friend of mine shared that with me, and
Everybody gets their
I was
own.
flabbergasted when I
Wow.
heard that. He actually sent me an update. That's an updated number, just from a few weeks
Kentucky,
back.
how many people are in Kentucky?
There's 5 million in Kentucky.
All right, so nearly 10 million barrels.
Yeah. There's 5 million plus 4, so 9 million barrels total. Yeah.
We'll round it up.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll give it to them. I'm going to round them up. It's a good season. They're going to. Jim Beam just got spanked
By what?
for
By whom?
because they had a spill.
That's
One
right.
of the big spills
That's right,
over the
that's right.
summer. There was it was like a just typhoid Mary summer for fires
Yeah,
and
it was not a good
collapsing rick
season,
houses and vat cracks and so but the Jim Beam folks they got fined. There was an article that
It was an environmental issue.
yeah, they got
environmental
because
fines
they
made, or-
killed a bunch of fish. So yeah, they got that news just came out that they got spanked pretty hard. So
Wow.
but yet there's still 10 million barrels at the ready, and that's just in Kentucky.
That's just in Kentucky.
That's just in Kentucky because there's production going on everywhere.
in
There's
Tennessee,
a lot of
in Michigan, every state just about.
yeah. All right. So what do we have in our glass? Do
All
we
right,
have
so-
something from Kentucky, or do we have a whiskey in general? What do we have lined up here?
Well, one of your go-tos, Jamie.
Yes.
Whenever you, because you actually have something in your vehicle as well sometimes, and it's just your roadie, I guess for lack of a better term, right? What's your go-to?
Oh, yeah, Buffalo Trace.
Yes.
I love it's simple, it's easy, everybody loves it. Not everybody, but
A lot of people like
when
the
you're
Buffalo
talking
Trace.
absolutes, you're absolutely wrong.
Yeah, but
many people enjoy it. It's a very well liked and well accepted
And I
bourbon.
enjoy the Buffalo Trace.
I like the Buffalo Trace, and I think I know where you're going. I could kind of see half the picture of the bottle.
Yes, you probably can.
I think I know where you're going.
We are going to try something. Part of the Buffalo Trace line, part of the Buffalo Trace family, is the Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare.
Something I have never tried personally.
Okay.
I've
All
never
right.
had this before.
So is this
and
just the regular Eagle Rare? Is
it's
this
just a
anything?
straight up regular
Okay.
Eagle Rare?
All right. And so what does it say about Eagle Rare? Does it say compared to Buffalo Trace, or it just says Eagle Rare?
Just says Eagle Rare.
All right, talk to me about the Eagle Rare from the Buffalo Trace Distilleries.
The Eagle Rare. Hold on. I'm looking for it here. Sorry.
Because I did. I've had a bottle. I had a bottle of this.
You've had a bottle of this. Okay.
I had.
I'm looking for a couple of different things here, and I apologize for my lack of preparedness.
No.
But it is actually on the price point. Is actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Anywhere between $32 to $36.
Okay.
I think a bottle. It's aged 10 years.
All right.
Okay, yes, I'll do that. Go away, go away.
So the Eagle Rare 10, is it 10-year age statement on it? Is there an age statement on it, or do they say that it's about 10 years?
See, it's about 10 years.
Yeah.
It's distributed by Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
It's a 90 proof.
90 proof?
90 proof bourbon.
All right.
Aged for either 10 or 17 years.
10 or 17.
10 or 17. So it depended on the variety itself. It was actually introduced to us back in 1975.
Okay.
How old was I in 1975? I was like 1.
Oh, were you one?
I was 1 year old.
I was -2.
Sean's back.
So, Sean, Eagle Rare, when you're picking a spirit to have on the shelf, because you got limited shelf space, right? You
Right.
can't have everything. You pick something like Buffalo Trace Eagle Rare. What gets you to put that on your shelf? Do you try them all, or do you do what like customers are after? Take the word
a
of
lot
your.
of the stuff I try. I mean, the stuff that I actually enjoy with a cigar, and also I enjoy period. But we also, like, if we do have a couple customers that say, hey, can you please get this in? And we'll get a bottle in, see how it works. And then after that, if that bottle goes very well, we bump it up to 3 bottles. And then that goes, we'll bump it up more and more.
Right. So how's Eagle Rare do for you here? Is it something that people seem to enjoy?
When we can get it, it's flies off the shelf.
Okay.
It's one of those state allocated items
Oh, really?
where
You're
you
only
get it
allowed
like
so many.
once a month,
Okay.
and we just tell them, give us whatever you can get. Some days, some months we'll get 1 bottle, some months we'll get 6 bottles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's all just on the luck of the draw.
Okay.
And all depending on how many, because they try to distribute it properly. So if you didn't get a full case 1 month, you might get a full case next month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
At least
they.
that's what I hope.
So, because it comes from the Buffalo Trace distillery, and it, side by side, I actually like Buffalo Trace a little more, and that's just me.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their own taste, but I like the Buffalo Trace just a little more.
For me, I mean, the Eagle Rare is more of a sipping.
Yeah.
More of a
bourbon,
sipper.
Where the Buffalo Trace, I mean, I can sit down and I can have 2, 3, 4 at a time in a night. And it's just where I enjoy it a lot. I mean, plus also, Eagle Rare is a little bit more pricier, so I mean, you don't want to be mixing it with like lemonade or just different stuff.
Well, so it's like because your Buffalo Trace is about $26, and the Eagle Rare is about $36.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a jump. It's like when you start getting into the 70, 80, 90, that's
Yeah.
when I start going, you know, those are the ones I tell my son Colin. I'm like, all right, that side of the shelf.
Now,
No.
we actually do have a cocktail that we do here. It's called the Bloody Buffalo.
The Bloody Buffalo.
The Bloody Buffalo. So it's Buffalo Trace
Uh,
with our McClure's Bloody Mary mix.
nice.
Okay.
Basically like a Bloody Mary,
Yeah.
but you're using bourbon instead of the vodka.
Right.
And it actually brings out a little bit more of the flavors of the bourbon mix, and they mix perfectly together. So I mean, you're getting a little spice
Yeah.
with that bourbony taste.
Okay. I'm not a Bloody Mary guy. I just tomato juice. It's like it's not my thing. So I just don't. So, but yeah, I don't know. Do you do Bloody Marys?
I did Bloody Marys quite for a long time, and
Yeah.
then it caught up to me. So I walk around with antacids now. I don't know about anybody else at the table, but call my old age is starting to catch up with me.
Yeah, see, I can do like a bourbon Bloody Mary. I can't do a vodka Bloody Mary.
No.
Okay.
Just because the vodka doesn't kill that
The tomato tasting.
tomato taste at all.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
And-
fair.
I get such a phobia. I just wouldn't do it.
Correct.
So, but
So
yeah, we pulled up the Eagle Rare.
So I've been nosing on this a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going on the nose.
I do it again. I'm sniffing my microphone.
Oh,
Yeah, you
and
sniffing the microphone again, Jamie?
I'm sniffing the
actually,
microphone.
quick update.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I found out what the number 4 cigar was.
What is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's actually the Asylum Year 7.
Asylum? You're seven.
Yeah, it's actually
think
the
I've
brand
had
new
that one
cigar they
before.
just came out with. It's
too long ago.
actually very similar to the I don't know if you guys remember the Camacho Liberty from 2003.
I don't.
It was actually the first time they did a 11/18 size when Christian owned Camacho.
Okay.
And it was also the first cigar they ever did in a coffin, too.
Oh, okay.
And it smokes, I swear to God, I think it's the same blend as the 03,
Okay.
but they won't confirm it or deny it.
Of course not. Why
we
would
will
they?
neither confirm nor deny.
What's the difference? Well, we put a 3 on the box. You know?
Yeah. But it's an amazing smoke. I mean, if you get a chance to try it, I mean, the consistency on the flavor is amazing.
Yeah.
The burn, I mean, you're going to get some great. I mean, it's about medium
What's
plus.
What's the price point on that stick?
It's a little up there in
Okay.
price. It's around $20 to
Okay.
$25.
Okay.
It comes in 2 sizes.
All right.
So 11/18 size, which is it's almost like a Salomon type size because it starts off with I think like a 50 ring gauge and then goes to like a 52 or 54 in the middle. So I mean it expands as it gets to the center and then goes
That's
back down the same
interesting.
size. And then also because Asylum is very known for their larger ring gauge cigars,
Right.
they actually did that cigar in a 7x70 also. And I actually smoked the 7x70, and I've only smoked probably 3 7x70s in my entire life.
How long did that take you?
It was about 4 hours. And
That's a commitment.
it was a very big commitment. And it smoked, it was amazing. I mean,
Huh. It was even all the way down. It
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it held the exact same flavor as what the 11/18 did.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's not where you lost flavor of the wrapper. You actually, I don't know how they did it, but the flavor of the wrapper holds, and you can taste the wrapper versus
the tobacco itself.
11/18. Yeah.
This is burning nicely. The sin that I had earlier. Inevitably, I don't know what it is about me. Almost every cigar I smoke boats on me. I don't know. It just must be the way I hold it or the way I draw on it. Inevitably, 80% of the cigars I smoke will end up boating on me.
Yep.
And like Matt and I'll be out, and he'll have this. We'll get the matching cigars because we're like that. And then, but his is fine, and mine's boating away. This one is. I'm like very pleasantly. Is that the box press? Does that play into that at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit here and there. But it's also how they pretty much the rolling of it
Yeah.
too. I mean, they're staying consistent throughout every single cigar. I mean, they're draw testing it from doing the binder and filler before they put the wrapper on to make
Right.
sure you can get a good
Consistent,
draw.
and it's got to be consistent
Yep.
at the same time.
I'm very happy with this.
Yeah. And-
Nate picked a winner for sure.
So Jeff just changed the slide.
Uh-oh.
So now we're up to number 3.
Okay.
And the number 3 cigar of the year is the Sin Compromiso.
Oh, hey, the one we enjoyed in the last episode. I'm still enjoying right now. Sin compromiso. All right, I'm gonna try to remember that. I took pictures. I'm like a hamster. It's like I got a memory like a goldfish. So I take photos of stuff. So I'm enjoying the Buffalo Trace. I am getting the sweet. I'm getting definitely a sweetness in it.
Oh, the Eagle Rare.
The Eagle Rare.
Yeah, Eagle Rare. Yeah, it's got a lot going on in the nose. You're gonna get a little hint of coffee maybe in there. So let's go according to the tasty notes that I'm looking at here.
All
They're
right.
saying you should get hints of coffee. You ever got hints of coffee out of bourbon?
I've never gotten hints
Pencil
of coffee
shavings,
at all.
leather.
I've had a couple that tasted leathery, that had a smell that reminded me because like we rode horses when we were younger.
Yeah.
It says
and
toffee,
that
not
saddle.
coffee. My bad. It says toffee.
Toffee.
With a T, not coffee with a C.
I go with toffee. Yes.
I can't read.
There's a sweetness in there.
Yeah, I got the sweetness.
It's a
yeah.
toffee without a crunch.
You might need
A
to
little
get
bit.
some bifocals on
Yeah,
the
right.
glasses there.
Yeah, I'm doing this shit. Yeah.
Or just get the LASIK. Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it last June. Best $4,000 I spent.
Scares me. I'm too old for that.
Yep.
Ooh.
53. I think my ship sailed.
Oh, no.
Getting a little cocoa in
Trust.
that.
You can get it at age 80 if you wanted.
Oh yeah. Well, Same thing holds true for hookers, but you're not going to enjoy it.
You just walked the room, man. What's up?
I'm glad that table of young ladies
And we're
left us. Oh, crikey. that was inappropriate.
So let me ask you, Sean, when you try something new, when you try a new bourbon or a whiskey, how do you try it the very first time?
So first time I try it is I usually get like a brandy sniffer
Okay.
and I just pour it neat,
Just neat?
just straight neat, and just get it. Basically, I take it up. I smell it. It's a lot like doing a wine tasting.
Yeah.
You're trying to see how it smells. Just by the smell, you'll be able to know exactly what you're going to taste.
Right.
If it's very peaty, you're going to smell that peat instantly.
Right.
And then, even some of the like citrus flavors, you could smell it if it's going to be a little sweeter.
Right.
But then I try it. Like I do a quick, shot pretty much.
Right.
A little sip of it, and then I let it sit for a second, and then I take more. But then I let it set in my mouth for a couple seconds, and then
Okay. Fair.
just see how it is. And if for me, I don't like ones that burn too much.
You don't like a lot of spice.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But then after that, I'll either take a glass of water and just dab a little water in it.
They call it open it up.
Yep. Or I'll just put one ice cube in it
Fair.
and just let it sit for about 5-10 minutes. Then I sip it.
Because it depended upon the proof, and I was just reading something about this, science and all that fun stuff. There's a molecule in bourbon and whiskey.
Yeah. They said we shouldn't drink it straight, is what you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, there's a molecule. It's called guaiacol, and depending upon the proof, if it's 45 proof or below, it actually sits on the top of the drink. But if it's more than that, then it goes throughout the entire cup glass itself. So you're getting more of a guaiacol feel. I'm a novice. I don't know shit, but just that depending upon the proof is where that molecule will sit. And when you open it up, it's going to make it a little bit more enhanced.
Yeah.
At that. So interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I just saw that. I was like, that's interesting.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I think Sean just won.
Oh. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Hey!
Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So yeah, doing it neat. We've always preached that actually doing it neat is the way you want to go first.
And you know what? 'Cause a lot of times after we try it neat, I usually throw a couple ice cubes in. Right now,
this is really
I'm
nice.
keeping the Eagle Rare just like this.
Yeah, it's actually very nice.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
No, I do. Like I said, I bought a bottle, and it was Tony from the Wine Garden.
Oh, very nice.
Suggested
Mr.
it.
Batu.
Yep, and he suggested it, and I was pleased. But I had Buffalo Trace on the shelf, and I had the Eagle Rare on the shelf, and I was like, well, the Eagle Rare, was a little more expensive. But then I was trying the two side by side, and for the extra $10, I'm like,
give it a shot, see what happens.
I'm like, I'll go Buffalo Trace over it. So, or if I'm going to spend the extra, $10 or $10 or $20 over a $26 mark and moving up to, $36, $46 or $50 or something, I'll do a barrel pick. I'll get something a little higher proof.
Sure.
Or like one of the store's barrel picks.
Yep.
So that's what I'll do. Kill, Marry, Screw on the.
Well, you married it.
I did. Would I marry it again? I don't know if I'd buy another bottle to take home.
I was just thinking about where my ranking would be, and this would be for me. It would be a screw.
Yeah.
It's like every once in a while.
Congratulations, Jamie.
Oh my God! Did I win?
You, winner.
Chicken dinner.
Oh my God! I don't have. Thank you so much.
There you go.
I don't have a cigar ashtray, and I've wanted one.
What do you do now?
What do you do now, man?
From Hamlet, the blender of Hamlet cigars with Rocky Patel.
Oh my God!
Very cool.
English teacher too. So. Hamlet.
Hamlet, very nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Flanagan.
In there. If you like him, you can share.
The look sold that just perfect. Yeah, if you want, you know what? No, don't do it. Don't do it. That's great. Well, JB just won door prizes and stuff. So, see, Bring that over here. Show everybody what you got, man. Show all 3 people if they're still watching.
There's pretty cool. Like I said, they're having that big customer appreciation, and I just got appreciated with a cigar ashtray. I love it because I don't have a cigar ashtray.
You don't.
I don't have any ashtrays at home.
Because you're not a smoker.
No. Well, cigars.
Cigars, well.
But I got an incense burner that I use for an ashtray. So there's a couple of baseball caps. One's from Dovetail.
Nice.
And then the other one is pretty bad. It's from
look at
Sweet
that.
Jane. Cigars are for lovers.
That's
Love
beautiful.
is for suckers. But it's a cool Mexican Day of the Dead
beautiful.
looking Sweet Jane logo.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So, yeah.
Congrats, my friend. It's good stuff. See? That's how it works.
And
You come
it's,
here often enough, they appreciate you, and you won. Just hands.
Yeah, right on. All right, so there you go. Eagle Rare. I'd buy it again.
No, it's not. It's actually very good.
I might,
But I
you
would
know.
screw that. I would mess around with this. If it was something that's out there and I'm just in a mood, I would get this
So many,
over
so many
something
things to
else.
try that I haven't tried.
Yeah. Listen, I have never had this before, and I would definitely try it again. But might take me to get used to because I got a lot of other things in my house that I need to drink first
Right.
before I go out and buy more. So, yeah, that's
We got a lot of stuff to do still.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
But
All right.
mancavehappyhour.com.
Yes.
Find us on the socials, your
Yes.
Facebooks, your Instagrams.
T-shirts.
Yeah, T-shirts. Wearingfunny.com as well. Podcast Detroit, Northville Studios.
Northville Studios up and running.
Podcast
open
Detroit,
for
Royal Oak.
business.
Podcast Detroit, downtown Detroit.
That's it.
There's, Podcast Detroit is a great way to voice your
Podcast your voice.
Podcast your voice. Honestly, if you have an opinion, if you have a passion that you want to talk about, look at Podcast Detroit to help you do that.
All you need is an idea.
Yes, sir.
We'll help you with the rest.
Yes, sir. Easy button.
Yeah. So it's mancavehappyhour.com. So what we need you to do right now.
Yes.
Do this just one thing for us. If you've hung
Not
out
while
this
you're
long,
driving, but
go to mancavehappyhour.com. Go to the contact page and say, hey.
say hi.
That's it.
That's all you
Just
need
say
to do.
hello.
And then we'll stalk you vigorously after
Good.
that.
Like I said, I'm not trying to sell you my timeshares. Seriously, I got 2 ready to go.
I did not know that. Good luck.
Yeah. Literally can't give them away.
Gosh.
All right, so there you go. So,
Jamie.
cheers.
Cheers, sir.